Through the end zone for a touchback.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
After the loss to start out, here's second and a...
Detroit! Detroit!
They're going to look to throw. Underneath for Johnson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and that's going to lead to a third down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Good. Pick up there a 22. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll set up a throw. A dump off for Abdullah. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll run for the first time to Johnson. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
He gets it left side to Johnson. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A nice gain of 21 yards.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense in every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with the tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5.
Hey, Lou. On the ball.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. Sheds off the David Johnson on his way. Touchdown, Philadelphia. David Johnson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll drop the throw. Dumping it off for Johnson. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
It's brought in by Bolden. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. The first down carry here for Johnson. And an alley to run. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Wentz on the bootleg. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a... Yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
I know you feel that.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down.
What's that? Shorty.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He goes underneath to Abdullah. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone!
Now back to throw. This is Johnson. He's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And that one good for 16 yards and a 1st. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Johnson. He's got daylight. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Lions are in for 6. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Extra point good by Prater. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
120.
Wentz now on first down. Johnson with a completion over the middle. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does, for a quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Hey, four down. There we go, back man. 280. Watch the run. Sunday. Push it.
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Here we go on 4th down with Wentz. Throw left side complete. That's Johnson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game.
Hey. 120.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Over the middle, complete. It's Johnson. And he gets it down to the 32. Give him 9 there on the first
approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break.
And the head coach reaches for the red flag, tosses it down on the field. He wants a challenge here. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
On third down, Johnson, a strong running. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. Down to the 25. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Wentz to throw on second down. Looking middle, and that's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Into the red zone, Wentz. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Ezekiel Ansah in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wentz. His pass caught with the 4. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. As his guys are in for 6. And the Eagles are now just an extra point away from grabbing the lead. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Fighting him off. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Detroit! Detroit! Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It's a gain of 9 yards. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hut! Hut!
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. The Lions on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Gone! 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 Detroit! Detroit! Hut! Hut!
Back to throw here. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And out now come the Eagles. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive, that culminating touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Black, come on. 82, 82.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down.
Hang in there now. Great 15, great 15. Waiting.
On 1st down, Wentz able to shake him off. Steps away to his left. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Great. Go.
Wentz now on 1st down. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is caught inside the 5. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll run it with Johnson. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. They'll give it to him up the middle, and he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. David Johnson with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. And it's up and good. Elliott now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And Detroit getting set to go now. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Gone!
They'll look to throw here on first down. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here. Complete here to the right to Bolden. Got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. This quarterback now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at first and 10.
Detroit!
They'll set up to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, Martin the punter now out to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. And they start the second half with Johnson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Come on now, come on now, let's go. Don't go.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Come on now, let's go. 81. Done. 20.
On second down, here's Wentz. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all, and it's been a long day for this crowd. Waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
Shorty. Done. 20. Done.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Ziggy Ansah in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100, and what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. Well, the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Lefty.
This is Ajayi. And he'll get it down here to the 43. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And that's going to make it 3rd down. Coming up, here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Detroit!
He'll look to throw. And an alley to run. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And the reception made over the middle. This is Bolden. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Johnson. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Detroit! Detroit! Hot! Hot!
Back to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson. And his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Here we go. 120!
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards on the play.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now. 74, 74.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On 2nd down, Johnson. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Wentz. Ertz has it left side. Fights through at the 5 and able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there, and if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Ezekiel Ansah. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12.
Go.
Here's Wentz to throw. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone. Detroit.
They'll look to throw. Underneath for Johnson. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll lead here to a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Lions on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gone. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now back to throw. Flush to his, and this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
He'll buy some time right. He's got a man complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. He got 29 yards that time.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
From midfield, here's Wentz. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Wentz. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Josh Jackson. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. The busy night continues for Johnson. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Right back to him on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Wentz now to throw. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the 1st quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
Here we go. 120.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. This is Johnson. He's got it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Come on now, let's go.
Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Go. Waiting.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Flushed out right. Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Great 57.
They come out here in the eye. They get it to him running left. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. David Johnson taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Elliott on for the extra point. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Elliott now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling it.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Derek Barnett able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
He'll drop to throw. It's brought in by Bolden. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Johnson. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there. And in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7. They're going to look to throw. He's going to wind up in air. It's caught inside the 25. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. They go back to the ground with Johnson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson taking it in from a yard out. And the Lions able to get this back within a touchdown. Now Prater to add the PAT. Prater for the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind that it also... And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
Here we go. Waiting.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Eagles send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking it about the 36. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. So here come the Lions now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun as he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Detroit! Detroit! Now let's go! 3-19! 3-19!
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Derek Barnett in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now Johnson. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Kerryon Johnson taking it in from 14 yards out. And now if they convert the extra point, the Lions will have the lead. Prater on to add the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good. And that is going to put them on top. Us up for quite a finish. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll look to throw. It's complete left side to Aguilar. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As he'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. He's back to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Johnson. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Come on now, come on now, let's go. Grade 15, grade 15. Here we go. Waiting. Black.
Back to throw. Johnson's got it complete. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to almost certainly win the football game. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, befitting a tight game like this, it all came down to the wire. But in the end, the field goal to win, it goes begging.
Oh, man, that is a tough way to lose a football game. You put yourself in position, and you give yourself a chance. But it's just not meant to be.
Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to close.